Episode 3. What we really want to know on this planet. What is it? Oh, I guess this is the point where you ask me a question. What happens when we die? There is a heaven. There is no hell. And spirit is real. The spirit is everlasting. The spirit lives on. It's another dimension. But there's an abundance of non-materialistic world out of this world. We only come down to earth to learn life lessons, and then we go back up to whatever we're doing. It's like, how can I explain this so that you can understand? When we die, our lives continue as the person that we are. I guess I could start with spirits. A spirit evolves. It comes out of God's white light, and everybody knows about God's white light. A spirit evolves from a tiny little bug all the way up to a human being. And this is my theory. We start out as bugs, as bees. Bees are something that can't even fly. They aren't supposed to be able to fly, but do. It's a miracle. It's a wonder. But I'm trying to explain the spirit. The spirit is a little piece of vibration. So a little piece of vibration is going to come out of God's white light and into a bee to eventually develop into a human being and have a consciousness and subconsciousness. It's going to be like the vibration. Vibration has to do with everything. There's a different vibrational level in heaven as there is on earth. Bees vibrate, and that's how they fly. That's how they learn things. That's how they have intuition. They make honey. They have intuition. Now, when the spirit is very small, it starts learning about intuition and insects and animals, things that die really quickly so it can progress further and further. So if you die as a bee, where do you go? Okay, well, you might go back into another bee. Reincarnation is real. But let's just say that you don't go back into a bee. Let's just say that you go into a non-materialistic world that is assumed heaven, that is filled with God's white light, and that there is more than you can imagine in that heaven. And as a bee, as a little piece of spirit, as an infinite piece of God's light, you die as a bee and you go back up there to learn and grow. Well, I think what happens is we come back as whatever we want to be. We come back as, maybe if we're done living life as a bee, we can live life as a bird. Birds fly. People dreaming of flying. You guys got to start asking yourselves, where do we come from? Okay. So after the bee, there's a bird. And that is how the spirit accelerates. You go into, it's just magical. This world is just magical. You die as a bee, come back as a bird, and eventually you're going to be a human. And it's up to your spirit to decide which route to take, what you want to experience and learn. But we're all coming down to earth as pieces of God's light and creation and spirit. And what's happening now is we're in tribulation. Bad things are happening around the world. Everybody needs to think positive, stay happy, stay focused, and do what makes you happy. Don't worry about the little things. I've beaten stress. I know how to beat stress and live a stress-free life. Keep watching and I'll let you know more.